Have you ever wished to fly on a private jet but owning one seems daunting? Or do you want to board a private jet for some hours, but you're scared that the price might be so costly to afford? Well, you'll be surprised to know today that renting a private jet is actually cheap, and it's something you can afford if you really want to. The high cost of owning private jets has made renting one an expensive proposition, but those with the money to do so aren't letting that prevent them from getting wherever they need to go as fast as possible. There are several companies around the world that offer private jet services at various price points. In this video, we'll look at the cost of renting a private jet in UAE and how it is cheaper than you think. The cost of renting a private jet in UAE. Renting a private jet in UAE will cost around the starting price of $2,000 to $3,000 per hour. Depending on the type of jet you choose, the number of passengers, and the distance of your travel, the cost of renting a private jet in Dubai can vary. Some companies charge as much as $15,000 per hour. It is vital to shop around when renting a jet. For a turboprop private jet flight, you can get to rent it at a cost of $5,000 to $6,000, while a light jet can cost you $3,000 to $4,000 per hour. Mid-size or large jets can just cost you from $4,000 to $8,000. If you are traveling with a group of people, you may get a better price if you charter an entire jet rather than just booking seats on one that is already scheduled to fly to your destination. Hawker Beechcraft Hawker 900 XP. The Hawker Beechcraft 900 XP is an excellent aircraft for short-haul flights. Its cabin seats up to 8 passengers and can fly up to 2,929 nautical miles. This aircraft is best for business travelers who need to travel between major cities and don't want to spend more than 10 hours in the air. The cost of renting a private jet in UAE for this type of aircraft is $4,450 to $5,000 per hour. EMBRAER PHENOM 300E. The EMBRAER PHENOM 300 has 9 seats and is ideal for longer flights that require a larger plane. This aircraft can hold up to 9 passengers and has a flying distance of 2,000 nautical miles, which is enough for short-haul international trips. You can get to rent this private jet in UAE for a cheap price of $3,350 per hour. CESSNA Citation. Citation Sovereign. The CESSNA Citation Sovereign is similar to the PHENOM 300, only slightly lesser. It can hold up to 8 passengers and has a range of 2,643 nautical miles. It is ideal for longer flights within the same hemisphere. The cost of renting this private jet is within $4,950 to $6,000 per hour. EMBRAER Legacy 600. The EMBRAER Legacy 600 is the largest of the aircraft listed here. It can hold up to 13 passengers and has a range of 3,125 to 3,400 nautical miles. That's between 5,788 to 6,297 kilometers. This is the ideal aircraft for long-haul flights that go beyond one hemisphere. It is larger than the PHENOM 300 and is best suited for business executives who have a lot of passengers with them. One great thing about this private jet is that you can get to rent it for a price of $6,700 per hour. Bombardier Challenger 350. The Bombardier Challenger 350 is a mid-sized business jet that can seat up to 8 passengers. It has a range of 3,200 nautical miles, which makes it ideal for shorter flights between continents. This is an excellent option for those who want to travel in style without spending too much money. The cost of renting this private jet is around $5,950 per hour. Why is it cheaper to rent private jets than buy? You're paying for more than just the aircraft when you buy a private jet. You're also paying for the logistics and maintenance costs of keeping it in flying condition. Maintenance costs are exceptionally high for jets that are used regularly, especially since there are no standardized parts or maintenance manuals. So the high cost of buying instead of renting might not always be a bargain, considering the time and expense involved in maintaining a private jet. Renting a private jet is much cheaper than buying one. That's because you only have to pay for fuel, insurance, airport fees and landing fees once per flight. And as long as you're careful about how often and where you fly, you can stretch your cash far longer than if you were to buy. Conclusion: for many of us, private jets are far-fetched luxury that we only see in Instagram or in movies. However, the industry is booming and more private jets are being rented out than ever before. These are people who can afford to rent a private jet, but you might be surprised to learn that renting a jet doesn't have to break the bank. There are several companies that offer private jet rental at reasonable prices and are even cheaper than you might think. When you are ready to rent a jet, be sure to do your research and shop around so you can find the best deal possible. Thank you for taking time to view the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on new videos.